Okay, and 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Jeff Schubert, the host of Destination EB.
Well, I'm here today with C. French Harth and Paul Harth of Chiron Films, Inc., here in East Brunswick. It's our first little touch of Hollywood right here in East Brunswick. And as a backdrop for all of you today, we're in the now famous East Brunswick Chateau. And so I wanted to thank you for bringing your company here to East Brunswick and give you an opportunity both to maybe talk a little bit to the residents about exactly what you're doing, how long you've been here, and the type of work product you're looking to produce right here in our township.
We are a production company that specializes in content development for film and television. In short, we take stories, we develop them either to be sold or made into television or film. An example would be if someone who has an idea but doesn't quite know what to do with it, they just have a story, oftentimes we'll partner with them, and sometimes over the course of weeks, months, or even years, usually the case, we'll work on packaging that story, developing it, putting a treatment, scripting it, and in some cases even actually producing it ourselves.
We've been doing this type of work, I think, about 10 years now, but we also do our own creative works, like not just other people's coming to us looking for guidance. We also have other team members that we work with and create our own shows. We recently moved to East Brunswick. Been here now almost 2 years.
Have you found any type of stories or things right now that you're working on right here in East Brunswick that you might be able to highlight? Because I know I'm biased and we have EBTV that's been helping us, but it's nice to have another set of eyes and another opportunity to highlight programs that really might not have the opportunity to get that in-depth type of look that I think you're capable of doing.
We have embarked on a blog/web series called Destination EB. C actually came up with the idea not too long after we moved here, and the idea is to showcase the places in and around East Brunswick. We fell in love with the community the moment we touched down. We learned that there was so much more to offer, and we're still discovering that there's more to offer, and we're always, there's always someone else that we meet and they say, oh, hey, did you know about this place? Or, here's some little fun facts about this. And it's always an interesting just discovery that we're constantly always doing. So the show, it's hosted by Jeff Schubert, is ideas that we're following him as our lead, and he's experiencing these different locations throughout the township, in some places also outside of the township, because it's also important geographically where East Brunswick is placed. That's also very important and part of the appeal for us, because you have access to the beach, you have access to all these different places. So outside of that and inside of that, it's kind of a win-win for us.
When we first got here, the question for us was like, what do we do? Because and the only way we got answers was through parents from our kids that go to elementary school. Right. It was like the parents would be like, oh, we just moved here too, and there's this place and this place and this place. I'm like, we need to research this, figure it out, and kind of let people know what this place is all about. Put it on the map.
Absolutely, and I think one of the overarching issues for us is that people move here, and by and large they move here for the same reason. Schools are always their number one reason. And but there's a lot more to East Brunswick, which is why opportunities like this to be able to tell that story is so great. There's parts of East Brunswick people don't know even exists.
I agree. Yeah. And I'm finding out about them as we go along. We're finding out more and more, meeting people from the community outside of just the elementary schools. Some that have lived here a long time that have reached out to us and said, oh, you should catch this. And I'm like, we won't have enough on this series for one, but maybe next one, because or the timing might have been off. But
right.
So many great things.
And I think that we're also right now at a very interesting time. We're going through a little bit of a recreation of what we are and trying to figure out what East Brunswick's going to look like in the next 4 to 10 years.
Right.
And that's happening before our eyes. It seems really slow, but if you could capture that, it tells a story. And if you can capture that and show other people, it just really tells a story of hope and rebirth, which I think is a timeless story.
As we've been interviewing folks who have lived here, they definitely each have their story. They all have, they've all noticed as well how this is a growing city. It is growing, but each of them, I think they also just, for themselves, we asked them, okay, well, why do you love it? They're like, why wouldn't I? I don't ever have plans to leave. It's just something, the families, the community, it's just been described as unique for such a large part of that. And with the history of it, everyone always has a story. Oh, you know, that was that one place, we used to go there. We could talk to you for hours about their stories about.
And we want to create new memories for people
Yeah.
too.
Definitely.
If viewers want to know where to find any of this content or when they can expect to see it, how would they do that, and when would they expect to be able to see any of your productions?
We are working on it now. We're in production now, and we're going to be releasing as we go along, kind of a fast-paced editing, but we plan to release between now and the end of the year.
Okay.
They can find it on destinationeb.com. It's its own website, which will also run through YouTube.
I just want to thank both of you for, one, being part of our community and being able to chronicle it, because I think that at the end, when we look back at what we've created, we could be real proud of it, and we're going to hopefully be extraordinarily happy to tell that story, and you're the ones that are going to help us do that.
That's what we're trying to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.